digging through old phones in a drawer, looking for nothing, just killing the chore. Hit play on one that hadn't beeped in years, and there she was laughing clear. Her voice on my old voicemail, soft and low like a country tale. She said, "Hey baby, bring milk home," then laughed and sang our little tone. I froze like winter in July, her breath still living in goodbye. A simple task, a normal day, but now that clip won't go away. Her voice on my old voicemail hits me harder than a sad email. No wisdom, no goodbye kiss, just echoes of what I still miss. I saved it twice, backed it up in cloud and drive and plastic cup. 'Cause memories fade, but sound survives, and in that tone she's still alive. I play it when the house gets cold, not to cry, but just to hold. One piece of love I thought was gone, she says milk, and I carry on. Her voice on my old voicemail, more human than a fairy tale. No wisdom, no goodbye kiss, you miss. No wisdom, no goodbye kiss. Miss. Didn't ask about my scars or why I flinch beneath the stars. She didn't fill the room with sound, just stayed until I came back round. She gave me silence that healed, not a fix, not a spin on the wheel. She let the quiet do its part, let the stillness stitch my heart. No question sharp, no worried eyes, just simple nods and fireflies. She'd hum some tune with no real name, and somehow peace just softly came. She gave me silence, not advice, no sermon list or sugar spice, just her presence near the flame. And not once did she say my name. It's rare to find a soul so kind who doesn't try to read your mind. She just sat there, held the air, like saying storm but lets you see. She gave me silence that healed, and in that hush I found what's real. Found her jacket just last week, tucked behind my winter sheets. Still smells faint of pine and rain, of whispered laughs and window panes. The jacket in my closet stays, even though she's miles away. It ain't just cloth, it holds a part of who I was when she had my heart. She left it there that snowy night, said keep it safe, then kissed me light. We swore we'd call, we meant to try, but seasons passed and hearts ran dry. The jacket in my closet knows all the truths I never showed. It warms me more than coats ever could, 'cause she once wore it when we stood. Some things you don't return or toss, they hold the weight of what you lost and hang there quiet year by year until you're ready to let them hear. Maybe someday I'll let it go, or gift it to the wind and snow, but not today, it's not yet time, 'cause when I miss her it still fits fine. The jacket in my closet waits, not for her, but for what fate creates. I sit beneath the cypress row, tell the wind what I don't show. I've lied, I've left, I've let folks down, but here I don't need to drown. The trees don't judge me when I speak, they let me bend, they let me creak. They whisper back in rustling grace, you're more than just your darkest place. I bring my coffee and old sins, lay them down where shade begins, and somehow roots don't pull away, they hold me firm through what I say. Trees don't ask me for the why, they just stand still beneath the sky. And when I cry, they don't retreat, they drop their leaves around my feet. I've seen folks leave when truth gets near, but bark don't flinch and trunks don't fear. So I return with every wrong to sit where I've belonged all along. So if you find me in the woods with trembling hands and busted goods, just know I'm healing where I should, in quiet shade, misunderstood. The trees don't judge me, never will. They teach me how to just be still. You once in '99, right after Mom said give it time. I folded it neat, put it in a drawer, but never made it to your door. The letter I should have mailed still smells like ink, still feels derailed. It said I'm sorry, plain and true, I never gave those words to you. You talked about the way we kissed, how your hair smelled when it missed. Said I was scared and dumb and young, and how I missed the songs we sung. The letter I should have mailed back then still folds along the word amen. I prayed you read it in my eyes, but some truths don't survive disguise. I found it last week, read it slow, felt my hand shake, let it show. Though it's late and we've both changed, the page still beats inside my veins. So if you ever feel a breeze, like someone whispering through the trees, that's me, forgiving all that failed with a letter I should have mailed. The letter I never sent away still finds its way to you someday. Saturday starts with quiet sun, no alarm, no place to run. Coffee steam and boots unlaced, old radio with fiddle taste. Saturday's got a soft side, friend. It don't demand, it just pretends. The time don't rush and wounds don't grow, and hearts can heal in shadows slow. I mend the fence the gate. I feed the dog and just feel late, but somehow that's the magic key. You do small things and set hearts free. Saturday's got a gentle hand that helps you be a decent man. You don't ask big, you don't expect, just shows you grace and self-respect. Monday shouts and Friday flies, but Saturday she softly tries to keep you whole, to let you breathe and teach you what you wanna leave. So here I sit, the sky turned white, dog asleep and heart just sighed. In this breeze I find my pride, that Saturday still walks beside. Saturday's got a soft side still, and Lord, I hope she always will. I walk back in like time stood still. Same creaky door, same windowsill. The waitress smiled, but not the same. She didn't know your coffee name. That corner table in 98 still holds the ghost of our first date. Your laughter danced across that wall. Now it's just echoes, that's all. The jukebox played a faded tune, the kind we'd hum on Sunday noon. I sat alone, 2 cups, 1 heart, pretending we were never apart. That corner table in 98, where young love learned to hesitate, where you once said we'll be just fine. Now only silence sips the wine. They say don't go where memories stay, but some goodbyes won't fade away. I didn't come to chase the past, just needed proof it once could last. I paid my bill and tipped too much, still left your napkin there untouched. 1 chair pushed in, 1 pulled aside, just like the night you said goodbye. That corner table's just wood and nail, but love still lingers in details. There's a board out back, hanging low. Been that way since winter snow. Neighbors say you ought to mend, but I just let it sway and bend. The fence I never fixed, don't mind. It leans like me, it takes its time. It's not pretty, but it stands like an old man with gentle hands. Kids still laugh and dogs still bark, even when the post turns dark. Not all cracks need to be tight. Some let love sneak in just right. The fence I never fixed still holds, though weather's chipped and paint's gone cold. And every flaw just seems to teach what perfect things can never reach. I've spent years trying to patch my soul, but learned to live with parts not whole. Some stories don't need a new coat, just space to breathe, just time to float. So if you pass and see that gate, don't think it's rust, don't call it late. It's just a piece of me that stays unfixed, beloved, in quiet ways. The fence I never fixed still sings of how we all hold broken things. Some days I spill more than I pour, drop my keys just past the door, but I still tie these boots up tight. Even if it takes all night. When my hands stop shaking, I'll hold yours. Walk that fence and fix those doors. But till then I hope you see there's still a steady man in me. You bring the tea, I bring the rest. My grip may tremble, but I'm blessed to reach across the years in pain and keep on showing up again. When my hands stop shaking, I'll paint bold, write our names in porch like gold. But even now, though grip is weak, it's your name that my fingers see. Ain't about strength, it's about staying. Ain't about speed, it's about praying. And though the storm may take my ease, I still reach out, I still believe. So when you see me miss the spoon or tap the table out of tune, just know I'm trying, slow and brave, to keep our love from any grave. When my hands stop shaking, you'll still find faithful and kind.
Barn out back ain't got no cows, just strings and dust and echoed vows. My brother strummed, my mama sang. Those boards still hold that kind of twang. Barn still hums at dusk each day, even when folks have moved away. It sings of love and hay and grace, of all we lost but can't replace. I sneak out there with my old guitar, pick slow tunes under evening stars. And if you listen past the breeze, you'll hear the ghost of harmonies. The barn still hums, though empty now, like songs still stitched to sacred vow. I don't need crowds, I don't need cheer, just that old barn and what I hear. Some folks build cathedrals high, mine was made where swallows fly, with pitch that wavers, rhythm thin, but Lord, it holds the soul within. I should leave this land someday, let that barn rot, but let it play. Let it keep humming raw and low, a song for hearts that learn to grow. The barn still hums at dusk, it's true. Somehow so do I do too.
She came rolling down that gravel lane, same old bike, same summer rain, hair tied back like nothing's changed. But time had drawn its quiet frame. The girl on the rusted bicycle still looked like every dream I held. She said, "Hey stranger, long time gone." I smiled and said, "Guess we've moved on." She talked about her kids and farm,
I laughed too loud to hide my arms. Still wearing scars she couldn't see from years we lost to who we'd be. The girl on the rusted bicycle rode through my bones, slow and gentle. No blame, no spark, just roads we took. Still saw our names in that old brook. We stopped where wildflowers once grew. She said, I never stopped thinking about you. I said, me too, but different now. And silence nodded, sweet and proud. She turned her wheels, the sun fell low. I watched her ride where cornfields grow. And though I stayed, my heart rode on, with her where all the might have beens belong. The girl on the rusty bicycle still rides through parts I can't control.
Said you need a wrench for that. I said yeah, and maybe a chat. He handed me one worn and thin, said tools like these outlast the sin. Borrowed tools and borrowed time, fix the fence and mend the mind. Ain't no shame in asking help. Sometimes pride just hurts yourself. We patched the gate, drank lukewarm tea. Didn't fix the world, but we fixed me. He talked to war, I talked to pain. We hammered slow through drizzle rain. Borrowed tools, borrowed peace. Moments when the noise can cease. You trade a bolt, you trade a story, and find some quiet, not some glory. Ain't about the work you show, it's who you call when stuff won't go. The hand that lends without a price becomes your prayer, becomes your slice. Now every time my hammer fails, I think of him and old nails, and how two men both bent with age built a life with borrowed gauge. Borrowed tools, borrowed time, still fixing what I once called mine.
How two men both bent with age build a life with borrowed gauge, borrowed tools, borrowed time, still fixing what I once called mine.
I've lost some hair, gained some lines, kept the scars, left some signs. But most days now I feel okay with who I am and what I say. Still here, still me, not quite wild, but halfway free. I don't chase, I don't compete, I let the grass grow round my feet. I still drive that rusty Ford, sing old songs, fix the board. My hands are rough, my back complains, but Lord, I'd live this life again. Still here, still slow, watching fireflies come and go. I don't need to make a scene, peace feels loud at 17. I used to fight what wouldn't change, but now I smile at rearranged. The world spins fast, I sit and grin, 'cause I found stillness deep within. So if you pass this old dirt lane and see a man in porch light rain, wave hello, don't ask me why. I'm just out here living dry. Still here, still me, and I like the man I came to be. I don't tell all the things I feel, I let the wind turn every wheel. Not 'cause I'm scared, not 'cause I hide, but 'cause some truth just bloom inside. This is the quiet that I keep, not secrets, just a depth so deep. I walk alone, I love so wide, but I don't always let it ride. She knows silence means I care. I show my heart through how I stare at every sunrise cup of tea, and all the things she means to me. This is the quiet love can be. No noise, no flames, no guarantee. But every day I show up true, and that's the loudest thing I do. I've chased the storms, I've met the skies, but peace came in a lullaby. Now what I keep ain't locked or lost, it's just too real for shouting cost. So if I go with little sound, no final toast, no trumpet sound, just know I live the life I meant, with words unspoken, love well spent. This is the quiet that I keep, and Lord, it's finally helped me sleep. Love, if you're listening close, I ain't the man who chased you most. I let you go, I looked away, but maybe now I'd let you stay. Love, if you're out there slow and kind, I've made some room, I've cleared my mind. I won't ask much, I won't demand, just maybe reach, take my hand. I've hurt, I've hid, I've pushed too far, I've trained with ghosts beneath the stars, but still I wake, still I try to be a man who won't just cry. Love, if you're near in whisper tones, don't knock too loud, don't break no bones, just sit beside me, breathe my pace, maybe fill this empty space. I won't beg, I won't pretend, but I believe in grace again. And if you're real, and if you roam, I've left the porch light on at home. So if you come, come as you are, denim boots or beat up car, I'll pour the tea, I'll play it slow. Love, if you're listening, just let me know. Love, if you're listening, I'm still here. No longer lost, just quietly clear.
lavender in June smelled like dusk and second tunes. I showed up in flannel late, with hands that shook beneath the weight. She wore lavender, I brought quiet. She danced soft, I kept the diet of saying less than what I feel. But still she stayed, still she was real. We didn't talk about the past. She didn't ask if I'd be last. She poured the tea, I lit the light, and somehow both of us felt right. She wore lavender, I wore years, covered up in silent fears. But she just smiled and held her cup, and every wall I had gave up. Love ain't about who speaks first, it's who stays when you feel cursed. She didn't fix, she didn't mend, she let me be and called it friend. Now every time she ties her hair, that purple scent still hangs the air. And though I speak in softer tones, with her I finally found a home. She wore lavender, I brought me, and somehow that was all she needed. We didn't talk about the past. She didn't ask if I'd be last. She poured the tea, I lit the light, and somehow both of us felt right. She wore lavender, it brought me, and somehow that was all she needed.
I set that chair at 6:15, right where the porch meets morning green. A coffee mug, a blanket fold, and every breath not bought or sold. A chair for the morning light, to sit and watch the world turn right. No breaking news, no race to win, just stillness I let settle in. The birds don't wait for cue or cheer, they just show up and sing sincere. I hum along, forget my name, and let the breeze forgive my blame.
time don't charge and hearts don't rush. It don't fix much, but it begins. The kind of day where peace still wins. There ain't a cure for all regret, but sunshine helps you not forget that every day ain't just a chore. Some are gifts you sit before. So pull up yours beside mine soon. We'll talk of trees and quiet moons, and even if we speak no word, the morning light will still be heard. A chair for the morning light is where I learned to love life right.
Two chairs by the window face the field, where time moves slow and hearts get healed. She reads in hers, I hum in mine, and somehow that just feels divine. Two chairs, one view, one gentle day. No need for much, no words to say. We've learned to speak with just our hands, and silence builds what love understands. The curtain sways with noon's warm side. She looks at me and I know why. No need to ask, no need to prove. We're rooted deep, we do not move. Two chairs, one breeze, one steady flame. Not every love has to proclaim. Some just sit still and bloom in light, like flowers growing out of night. We've had storms and coffee spills, but love comes back when the house is still. And peace ain't found in perfect lines, it's in the space where stillness shines. So if you pass and see us there, just know we're saying silent prayers of thanks for all we didn't chase, that brought us to this quiet place. Two chairs by the window wide, and love that doesn't need to hide. sun would shine or clouds would stare. We just dug dirt to pass the pain and tried to hold back all the rain. But the garden grew without us knowing, while we were tired, while winds were blowing. We never meant to start again, but roots don't wait for perfect men. She pulled weeds with broken nails. I fixed the fence with crooked rails. We didn't say this here is love. We just were quiet and looked above. The garden grew without us knowing, while we were tired, while winds were blowing. We never meant to start again, but roots don't wait for perfect men. She pulled weeds with broken nails. I fixed the fence with crooked rails. We didn't say this here is love. We just were quiet and looked above. And the garden grew in secret song, while we were just trying to get along. Now flowers bloom by old regret, in colors we ain't even met. Sometimes love don't come in vows. It grows beneath the broken boughs, and when you blink it's tall and green. A life that bloomed where pain had been. Now we sit with coffee, feet in soil. No plans, no grand pursuit or toil, just smiles between two hands still warm by the place where love was born. The garden grew without us knowing, but Lord, I'm glad we kept on going. Dad's old Ford still rests out back. Rust on railroad track. Keys still hang behind the door. I haven't touched them since he swore. This truck won't run, but it still stands like steady hands on shifting lands. So I leave it there under pine. That's how he taught me to hold the line. The windshield cracked, the seats all torn. The seatbelt jammed the day I was born. He hauled feed prayers and Saturday fears. That old cab holds 1,000 years. This truck won't move, he always said, but it's where your stories get their tread. I wash the hood come every fall, not for shine, just to feel him call. I could sell it, paint it, make it new, but Dad ain't leather, bolts or blue. He's in the way, it just stays still and holds the past like it still will. Someday my son might ask me why I never let that old truck die, and I'll just nod, then hand him keys and let him choose what still can be. Dad's truck still sits there, and that's enough. Some things don't move 'cause they're strong enough.
Passed by the house on Harlan Bend, just meant to drive, not feel again. But there it stood, the mailbox red, with her last name still painting dread. That mailbox with her last name opened up more than letters came. It held our vows and fights and tears, and all the weight from all those years. The porch light flickered like it knew that I was back, just passing through. I didn't knock, I didn't stay, just stared and whispered, "You okay?" That mailbox still stood straight and plain, like a love that bends but don't complain. I left no note, just left a past, but somehow felt more free at last.